Morning. It is Monday, and I am in my car driving to work. I was gonna film my clip in the kitchen this morning, but my husband was already up, and he thinks I'm weird, but if he's in the kitchen, I can't film the clip. I feel like, even though he's not looking at me, I don't know, I feel like I have somebody staring at me. And it's different if I'm vlogging and he's with me. You know, it's like if we're together doing something and I vlog, I don't feel weird. But if I'm just standing in my kitchen in the morning, I do. I don't get why. I think he was a little bit irritated with me because he got up and I was like, well, I guess I'll just do my clip from the car. And he's like, well, why do you need to do that? But anyway, I don't know. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but inside, the real me is still kind of a shy person. So, and not kind of, is. It's like I can't stand going to parties or places where I don't know people. I feel awkward and I don't know. It's just weird. But anyway, it's Monday. I don't feel like working. I don't know. I'm just getting like, I don't know. I wonder if I might be just, not like clinically depressed, but a little bit depressed, because no matter how hard I try, I can't quit thinking about my son and the fact that he's going to be leaving for the Air Force, and the fact that this year is going to be our last family vacation, if possibly forever, or at the very least for the next few years. And that really is weighing heavily on me. And to top that off, my oldest son, I think he's probably not going to go on vacation. It's like, I don't think he's going to go on vacation. So really, last year was our last family vacation. And we kind of prepared then, because my youngest son was thinking that it would be his last, because he figured he would be going into the Air Force right after he turned 18 next month. And it's worked out to where he could go on one more vacation. But then my oldest son is probably not gonna go. So, or if he does go, it would just be for a couple of days, because he's got a job and he's, fairly new at it, and so he can't go asking for a week off of work, because at that time he will have only worked there, I think, about 3 months, maybe a little bit longer. So, but the good part of that would be that we wouldn't have to board Nathan, because he really is leaning towards he thinks he would actually like to have a week to himself. And I get that. I understand that. And it doesn't make me quite as sad, because I know when we get home from vacation, he'll be home. He'll be there. I'm going to have Adam for who knows how long. Right now he's not talking about moving out or anything. So, but with Daniel, it's like I know come August at some point, I'm not going to have him there every day. And at least for the, I think, 8.5 weeks of basic training, I won't see him. And from what I understand from my best friend, whose son actually just got out of the Air Force, I won't even get to talk to him. And I have never gone that long. I haven't gone a day without talking to my son. Even if my husband and I have, we've gone on out-of-town vacations. We still talk to the boys on the phone every day. So it's going to be an adjustment. And I know I will adjust to it. I mean, I saw my best friend adjust to it, and it was extremely difficult for her. So, and she didn't even have a husband to lean on. She had, has still someone in her life, but they weren't living together, and so it was just her. She has 2 older daughters who have families of their own, so she was by herself. So when her son left, it was just her alone in her house. Well, I still have my husband and my older son, so I won't be alone. And, and I feel like I keep coming on here and just whining. And I know that's probably got to be pretty damn boring for you guys. But if you're interested in me, and some of you I'm actually friends with, so I would like to think that you care, and I have gotten some advice and things. So, and I know that 8.5 weeks will probably go by fast. And I do know that, there's going to be 4 years where I may never again see my son every single day. It just depends on if he moves back home after all this is over. And today's times are a lot different than the times when my dad was in the Army. Where he could only write to his family, and they could call at times, but there were no cell phones. Long distance was not free, so it was letters. Or with Daniel, I'll have email. I don't remember what they call it, but it's kind of like a Skype where you can do video talking, you can talk to each other that way, but it's something that's through the Air Force, and I don't remember what they called it. And texting, I'll have communications with him. It's just my youngest son for years now. It's like I've gotten used to, if I talk about it too much, I start getting teary-eyed, and I'm blowing up this video already on the first day, but I won't for the rest of the week. It's just today. He comes out of his room. It's like, when I get home from work, I get greeted at the door by Nathan, but then here comes Daniel asking me how my day was, or even it's just, hi Mom, how was your day? And then maybe he just goes right back in his room, or maybe he might tell me about something of his day, but it's just like, I can't talk about it anymore. I gotta drive to work. So anyway, that's all. I just felt like I needed to talk a little bit this morning, and I talked to my husband a lot, me and him both, and it's kind of funny because yesterday, we love the show Modern Family. And the funny thing is, Eric Stonestreet, who plays Cameron on there, his Aunt Jeannie is a friend of mine, and I used to actually be her manager, and she retired, and she's just a really nice lady. And so the whole time that Eric was, before he got the Cameron role, he was, he's been an actor for a really long time. So it's not like he's an overnight sensation, you know what I mean? He's worked his butt off. And so every time he would get on a show, it was never like what do they call them? Like a role on a show, he wasn't the main character. But I've seen him play murderers. I saw him play a developmentally challenged person who accidentally killed somebody on like one of the police procedurals. I don't remember the one, but he was so good in it. It was so sad. And I've seen him play all kinds of different roles and everything, and then to see him play Cameron. And so I remember when he was trying out for that role, and Jeannie talking about it and everything. So anyway, I almost feel like, I don't know Eric. I've never met him. I know his aunt. But anyway, we were watching Modern Family. We DVR it and watch it, and it was the episode where their youngest son was graduating high school, and Phil is the dad and he was all emotional. And Brian and I have been like that. It's like we've been so, it's like every little thing makes us tear up. And I don't know, that show just kind of hit home, because it's several families are part of the show, and 2 of them were having somebody graduate or have something, you know, some kind of a milestone. But it was really good. And so we're sitting there watching that show. We were watching it last night, and both of us were like sniffling and had our tissues out and everything. So I know this is just, you know, the chapter of our life where we're going through this. And we went through the same thing with Adam when he graduated, you know, thinking about his first day, and now here's his last day. It's just part of the milestones and the chapters that parents go through. And, you know, this too shall pass, that old, you know, saying. So anyway, it's been 11 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go, or else this is going to be a long vlog this week, and I don't want that. So I will talk to you again soon. Hello, today is Tuesday, and I'm just getting ready to go to work. Wanted to let you know, when I got home from work yesterday, my son Daniel let me know that he had heard from the recruiter, and he has a job now with the Air Force, and he knows when he's going to leave. So he's leaving on August 1st, and the job is called Airborne Mission Systems Operator, and he's going to start as an apprentice. So he'll be an Airborne Mission Systems apprentice. And I'm not going to go all into what that is. 1, because I don't have it written down, and 2, because I talked so much yesterday. But if you go to the U.S. Air Force website, or you just Google, it'll pull it up if you're interested. So, but that's it for this morning. I'm just going to get all my stuff together and head out the door, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Hello, today is Wednesday, so halfway through the week, and I'm just getting ready to get all my stuff together and head out the door. And I did want to tell you guys, I don't talk about it as much anymore, but I am still doing smoothies. This one is like this color because it's got cantaloupe in it. So it's got melon, so it's fun to see what colors they turn out like. But that's what I have for breakfast, so I'm just gonna get that. I switched the lid out. I have a different kind of a lid and a straw, and get my coffee and my lunch and head out the door. And I'm hoping for a good day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.
For the forecast, we turn to Channel 9 meteorologist Jennifer McDermott. Jennifer?
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Partly sunny skies today with a 20% chance of a few isolated showers. If you do run into rain, it'll be very short-lived and light as well. 64 for a high. Thursday, sunny skies, a high of 75 degrees. Friday, partly sunny, and then more chances of rain, even a few thunderstorms, and a high of 80 degrees. From Channel 9, I'm First Alert meteorologist Jennifer McDermott, KMBC Weather.
Right now it's 50 at your severe weather station.
Hello, today is Thursday, and it's the last day I have to drive down to the building for the week. And in fact, it's the last day I have to drive down to the building for until next Thursday, because Monday is a holiday, and then I have Tuesday and Wednesday off as vacation. I'm so glad. I try to make it to where I get a day off every month, whether it's because of a holiday or a scheduled vacation day. I don't think I have any days off in June, but then July I have 2 weeks off. So yeah, I need me some vacation. But anyway, so that's really cool. So instead of just a 3-day weekend, I have a 5-day weekend coming up. So yeah, so I work from home tomorrow, and then I'm off. So I'm really glad. So anyway, I'm just getting ready to gather my stuff and head out the door and have another day and hope for a good one. And I will talk to you again soon.
Our forecast calling for the patchy fog we talked about this morning, particularly near the river in Parkville. Sunny skies, though, afternoon, and it's going to be much warmer as we hit 77 today. It is 50 now at your severe weather station.
Hey guys, it's Friday, and I got Groot on today because we finally are gonna go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tonight. We've been kind of holding off a little bit. It's not been easy to do, but we've been holding off because you know how crowded the movie theater gets, and sometimes it can get loud and stuff, and I really would just like to be able to enjoy it. So we're gonna go tonight, and so I'm so excited to see it. And oh yeah, I was like, I knew there was something else. Just a couple of minutes ago, I got an email from my boss, and she's like, I want you guys to enjoy your 3-day weekend because Monday's Memorial Day. And so you've been working so hard lately. I want you to take half the day off. So I am going to be leaving at noon, which really is more than half a day for me because I start at 6:30. But I don't know, I feel weird leaving earlier than that, but no matter what, it still will be 3.5 hours early for me, so that is awesome. And of course, well, I'm excited, I guess. It's like I get to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I get to get off early, it's a 3-day weekend, and then I also have Tuesday and Wednesday off, so it's a 5-day weekend for me. So I'm excited about that. And then also just a couple minutes ago, my Blue Apron, I was going to show you what the box looks like. It's kind of heavy, but this is what the box looks like when they send it to you. And I'll show you a little bit inside of it. But like I said, I'm not going to do like unboxings and that kind of thing. Just kind of tell you about it. But we're right now only going to do it every other week because it's $59.95 a week for 3 meals for 2 people. And that's just kind of more than what I want to spend for an every week thing. Plus last week, they give you, like you can look pretty far in advance, about maybe a month and a half maybe, for the upcoming recipes. And there's 8 that you can pick from each week. And so you pick 3 out of those 8. And last week there weren't 3 that I really felt like I wanted to try. Plus, like I said, I didn't want to spend the money. So, and then also, like the ones that we did try, during this week we didn't have any Blue Apron, but last week we did. Well, I went to the store, the grocery store, and priced some of the stuff to see if it was worth the money. And for me, I definitely think it is, because we would have spent way more if we would have tried to recreate those meals ourselves. So, but anyway, so this week we'll have Blue Apron again, which my husband and I really enjoyed making the dinners and everything together. But we think probably the thing with Blue Apron is you don't have to go shopping for anything. Everything is perfectly measured for you and all of that. And we really like that because it saves a lot of time. But we're also learning techniques and stuff. So, but anyway, I'll show you what the inside of the box looks like real quick. So hold on a second. I'm trying to do this one-handed because I'm holding my phone, but it's like it's got like a little thing there, and then happy cooking. Oops, see? And then on top are your 3 recipe cards. So let's see what we have for this week. Spicy Korean style chicken. Oh, that looks good. Spiced cod and summer squash cakes. All these look good to me because I picked them out. But see, it shows you step by step. And then also they have an app and a website, and there's even videos if you need more help. And then meatballs and tomato sauce with asparagus and creamy rice. They all look really good. So that's the 3 recipes for this upcoming week. Then they also give you like a bonus recipe, and this is like for a salad that's got bulgur in it, and then it like tells you all about it on the back and everything. And it's wrapped like this. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. I might have to pause you again. I'm going to pause you again. And that's what it looks like when you first open it. But see how everything is all labeled I'm going to unpackage everything and then I'll kind of just show you what everything is. Okay, this is so adorable. There's a little egg in there, or an egg, not necessarily little, but I love how they even send the egg. Okay, this is everything except the meat. But see how they have everything all packaged up? They even send the potato, the garlic, like I showed you, the eggs, tomato sauce. In the bags for each meal, they call them knickknacks, but what this will be is like any spices that you need, mayonnaise, butter, you know, all the different little things like that. But everything is labeled. Like red cabbage, we had that the last time too. Brown rice. And this is something else that I really think is cool. You get to try things, at least for me, that we've never tried before. I have never even heard of this kind of mushroom. Is it Enoch? Enoki mushroom? Aren't those adorable? They're like, I don't know, I've never even tried that. But that's something that's really cool because we're trying things we've never tried before. So this is everything except the meat. And when they have it packaged, they have the meat separated. So there's this cardboard separator. And all of this stuff is recyclable as well. And then there's like your, I think this is probably dry ice. Oh man, it's heavy. In a pack. And then you have all your meats. And these are the meats for this coming up week. We have our cod, ground beef, and chicken. And it's all wrapped really nice. And one of the things when you sign up, you can say like if there's a certain kind of meat or shellfish or something you're not interested in, and they won't ever offer it as a recipe. So, and then I'll show you what's in the bottom of the box. It's another ice pack. So, and it's frozen. So that's everything, and it's all nice and cold. So there you have what comes in a box. So I got most everything in the refrigerator. Some stuff I didn't put in there, like the potato and the garlic and the little can of tomato sauce. But so that's what Blue Apron looks like. I'm not going to do that every week. I just thought it might be kind of fun and interesting to show you like 1 week of what it looks like. So yeah, that's it. So I got a meeting starting in 5 minutes. I just wanted to take a quick break and say hello. And I will talk to you again soon. Hey guys, yes, it's dark. It is 10 o'clock straight up at night, and I am leaving Kohl's. I don't usually come out this late on a Friday night, but we went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy. We went to the 4:45 showing, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I loved that movie. I liked it even more than the first movie. And I loved that movie. It was so good. I laughed, I cried. It was just really good. I will definitely buy it when it comes out. Well, then it was a 2 hours and 15 minutes. Well, then we got home and I was just kind of bored and I hadn't walked very many steps today. So I went ahead and I thought, well, I'll just come up to Kohl's. I actually did really good. I only spent like $30 because I had a coupon where if you spend $25, you get $10 off. So even though I didn't need them, I did buy some more of those wax melts. They have this brand called Sonoma there, and there's a scent that's bamboo. That's one of my favorite scents. And so I bought some of those. I bought a t-shirt. I bought some kitchen tongs, you know, that I have the kind that are like rubber, have rubber on them, and they don't pick things up very good, so I bought some just flat out metal ones, stainless steel. And I've got a welcome sign for the front door. So I didn't really need anything, and I definitely didn't need any clothes, but the t-shirt was kind of like it's black on the top and then has like tie-dye kind of on the bottom. I just really liked it. I wasn't even looking at the clothes. I just kind of saw it hanging and I really liked it, so got it. So tomorrow we are going to go to Verizon, and my oldest son, he definitely needs a new phone. His won't even charge right. I don't think I need a new one. I'm gonna see what they have. My husband said he feels like he needs a new one. My youngest son, I want to get him a new phone before he goes to the Air Force. And it's just going to depend because on how much it costs. So I know I'm in the dark, but I'm just driving home, and I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the vlog up for the week because tomorrow, like I said, we're just going to go to the Verizon store. We don't really have any other plans to do anything. I really don't even want to do that. If it wasn't for my oldest son's phone messing up, we wouldn't even do that. And it's also going to depend on how much it costs. Because my husband and I, we did kind of like a payment plan. We have iPhones, and they're paid off. And so it's one of those things where if he wants a new iPhone, he's gonna have to pay for it himself. My oldest son is gonna have to help pay for his. He has a job, he's working. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into all of that. But tomorrow is my husband's birthday. He is gonna be 47, and I'm really excited because he has an iPad and he uses it like crazy for work all the time. And when he bought it, he didn't realize how much space he was going to need, and he doesn't even have enough gigabytes on it to be able to do updates to it. It's like the updates are too big, and it's really old. And through the bank, I have an employee discount at the Apple store, so I was able to get him an iPad, a new iPad, and I got a discount on it, and I can pay it off in 6 payments, which I don't even think I'll need 6, but interest free. So I'm so excited. We don't normally do big things like that for birthdays, but I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to do something special. And so I got him an iPad, and then I got him the keyboard case, and I think he's gonna really be excited and surprised. So I'm really excited to give that to him tomorrow. And so yeah, tomorrow is his birthday. We're gonna go to the Verizon store. How many times have I said that now? I'm gonna bake him a cake, and that's pretty much it. But the thing is I wanna get this, just in case I do get a new phone, I want to make sure that I get all the video and everything off of this phone. I know they do the cloud, but I don't back up all my pictures and video to the cloud because I don't have a whole ton of cloud space. And since I do these weekly vlogs on my phone, it fills it up. And then it tells me it can't back up the other things on my phone. So it's like the actual storage on my phone, I've got a ton of it. But the actual, boy, you can barely see me now. I'm pulling up, getting ready to pull up into the driveway. You see me a little bit better? But pulling into the garage. So I want to get all this off of my phone and onto my laptop, just in case I don't have all of it on the cloud. I would hate to lose a whole week of vlogs, plus all my pictures that I have on my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the week, and I hope you all have a really good weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.